Welcome Sagittarius to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 13th of May for the Ascendant, the Sun or the Moon. On the screen now I'm showing the event chart right at the start of the week, which gives us some important information about what we can expect this week. Let's just look at the big picture stuff. Your ruler Jupiter is right at the end of its journey through the sign of Taurus. You can see it's at 26 degrees and 56 minutes. It's going to be moving in universal time on the 25th of May back into your opposite sign of Gemini for the first time in 12 years. Now, the sign of Gemini for you is all about relationships, and next Monday the Sun is going to advance into this area too, to be followed by Venus. So this week, where those three planets are all located in the practical sixth house, is, if you like, a little bit of a preparation period for a big shift that's come in, and that shift is going to be super exciting for you. But also, if you recall, Mercury, the planet of talk and thought, of communication, has been making its way through your fellow fire sign of Aries since the 10th of March. Now, that's brilliant to help you to showcase your ideas and passion, also for your social situation. So why are things been a little up and down? It is because Mercury went into a retrograde on the 1st of April through to the 25th. If you had some disappointment, somebody didn't turn up for a date, or there was some kind of gathering that was cancelled last minute, all of this kind of stuff is very Mercury retrograde. But as this week begins, Mercury emerges from the post-retrograde period. What that means is Mercury on Monday gets back to 27 degrees. On the 1st of April, it was at 27 degrees. So that's why it's emerging from the post-retrograde shadow. So if you have been feeling a little bit miffed that someone's not been in touch, or something hasn't quite flowed as much as you'd like, good news is coming there too. But also on Monday, Uranus, which has been quite a stressful influence since 2019 full time in terms of your life structures, your work, your health. Everything there has felt in a state of flux. It doesn't mean to say there hasn't been opportunities, because I feel that if you look back over that time, you've actually evolved a lot. You've gained a lot of knowledge, and because you're very open-minded generally, and you've been able to download different ways of doing things, that may have had a big impact into those daily routines, but it still may have been a bit up and down. But on Monday, the Sun and Uranus are close together, and it's important to look back over this last few years and just think about all those new skills, insights and approaches that you have developed. I think if you're someone who's very much into technology, you will have really developed a lot of new talents. If you're someone who likes to be a bit more of a free and spirit type person, you may have given up and sacrificed some of that, particularly since Saturn moved into your fourth house a year ago. But actually, although it may have seemed quite hard to do that, actually there has been something quite compelling that's drawn you in that direction. So the combination of those two at the start of this week is going to help you to decode what it was all about. But also Venus, the planet of charm, relating and money, forges a very solid link to Saturn right at the start of this week. Now, when we get Venus and Saturn influences, they can often run on the cool side or can see limitation around finances. But this is a very positive link. And I think maybe something to do with your home life that has been unsettled can start to fall into place in a way which gives you a greater sense of serenity. Now, as the week moves on, Mercury moves on Wednesday into Taurus. So we really have a mega Taurus season, but it's not going to be very long lasting. But it's true that Mercury here is very much concerned with the detail of things. And sometimes, if you're honest, details can bore you a little bit, because the big picture is what really helps you to come alive. But there may be something you do need to just clear up that requires a little bit more care, precision. Maybe you need to be a bit more self-disciplined about certain parts of your situation. And if you are someone who wants to improve your health, it may be as much to do with getting your diet just fine-tuned a little bit, or your exercise routines, in order to reap the benefits. But then we're going to see Venus move forwards and connect to Uranus. If you are looking for a job could come out of nowhere, and it could be an opportunity which requires you to make a quick decision. But just be assured, as the week draws to a close, the Sun moves forwards and applies to Jupiter, your ruler. This is one of astrology's luckiest influences, but it occurs in the 6th house. The 6th house is often where we need to be dedicated, responsible, considerate to other people, sometimes sacrificing. It's not generally seen as very glamorous, but it can be to do with work, and it can be to do with your physical vitality. I think by the end of this week, you're going to be feeling a lot more stamina. You're going to feel a lot more energy, a lot more enthusiasm. And some of those dull tasks which can get us all down, I think you're going to clear them away with aplomb. And remember, Sagittarius, this is all the prep for what next week is going to develop into, which is the most incredibly important time for relationships for many, many a moon. Thank you so much for having joined me. Have a great week, and do remember to check out that special offer on my personal horoscope reports for your tropical or your draconic 30% off. Please see the link below, and if to support the channel, please subscribe and do click or tap that bell notification symbol. Thank you.